Hello. Thank you for coming to a new day of Social Security KNTV Channel 21. My name is Marnita Nelson. I'm a service rep at the Chicago East office. And joining me today is our guest, John Marshall. Today's topic will be veterans filing for disability benefits. And I'd like to read something from Carol Colvin today. We pause this Monday to pay our special tribute to men and women who have selflessly gave their lives so we can live our lives in peace and continue freedom. Memorial Day originated after American Civil War to honor both Unions and Confederate soldiers who died in the war, and later included all Americans who served our great country. On this and every Memorial Day, we fly our flags half-staff from dawn to noon to commemorate every fallen hero who made the ultimate sacrifice for each of us for our liberties and the American way of life. The White House Commission on Remembrance asks us all to pause at 3 p.m. local time as collective to sing the unity. Whenever you are at this time, please join me in pausing to observe the National Monument of Remembrance. My wish for you and your family is a safe, happy Memorial Day. Let us never forget the heroes who have sacrificed beyond themselves. And that's our acting commissioner, Carol Colvin. And hi, John. How are you today?
I'm doing all right.
Good.
I'm doing pretty good.
All right. Let's get started. You are watching a live channel, KNTV Channel 21, for Social Security information. We ask for you to call in to us with your questions. You can call in at 312-738-1060. That's 312-738-1060. So today's topic, we'll be talking about disability and filing for disability if you're a permanent disabled veteran. Some wounded warriors and veterans who have compensation rating of 100% P&T are unaware that Social Security benefits can be expedited for disability claims. Social Security Administration offers service to wounded warriors and veterans who have compensation rating of 100% P&T. This site would be www.socialsecurity.gov Wounded Warriors. So I'm going to go to that site. So I'm going to go to Wounded Warriors here, and we can pull up information. So you can go to this site to find out information about what is veterans who have VA compensation rating of 100%. That doesn't guarantee that you will receive Social Security disability benefits to be approved for your Social Security, but it does guarantee an evaluation for disability. Military service members who receive expedited processing for disability claims for Social Security benefits are different from those from the Department of Veteran Affairs. Their requirements for the application is totally different. The expedited process and use for military service members who become disabled while on active military service on or after October 1st, 2001, regardless of whether disability occurs. So, John, I came up with some questions and answers about what VA benefits are versus Wounded Warriors 100% rating compensation. So why don't we take some of these questions? So,
Okay.
What types of benefits can I receive if I'm a wounded warrior?
Well, possibly, depending on the different aspects of your eligibility, is you could get Social Security disability insurance benefits or supplemental security income benefits. Social Security disability insurance benefits, or what some people commonly call SSDI or SSDI. I mean SDI. Then it is based on how much you paid in FICA taxes while you were during your work history. Is when you were working, outside of the state, city, or federal government, and you were paying FICA taxes in order to become insured for Social Security benefits. And normally we look at 5 out of the last 10 years of whether you are insured for the Social Security benefit. For supplemental security income, it's a needs-based program. It's based on need. So we're looking at, because SSI is strictly to try to maintain your food, clothing, and shelter needs. And so we're going to be looking at your income, and we're going to be looking at your resources. And then if you're married, we're going to be looking at looking at their income and resources as well.
Okay, thank you. You're watching a live call-in show, CAN-TV Channel 21. We want you to call in with your questions at 312-738-1060. That's 312-738-1060. So if I become better, can I receive benefits for disability if my health has improved?
It's possible. Well, I mean, first I'm going to give you a definition of our determination of disability, because our definition of disability is wholly different from any other disability definition for disability. And it's different from the ADA's definition. It's different from even the VA's, the Veterans Administration's definition of disability. When we look at somebody that's disabled, we're looking first to see if you can work and earn more than $1,130 in a given month. That's gross. And would you be unable to do that for at least 12 months, or you have a condition that's going to result in death? So ultimately, our definition is probably more stringent than any other definition in any other place.
Thank you, John.
So when the question about whether you can have a past disability and then improve and file for for that portion of the time when you were disabled, it really depends. It's going to depend on when your date of application, because we can only go back 1 year from the date of your application backwards to try to pay you for your disability. So and you also have to, of course, like I said before, you have to be disabled and have to have a disability and it will be expected to last for at least 12 months. And you have to file that disability application within 14 months of the date of your disability. So, it really would depend. We'd be able to pay you for what we call a closed period of disability, where you have you have date of onset, and then you stop becoming disabled, and then that'll be the closed period. But then that'll be it.
Okay, thank you. Now, say I'm a military veteran, and how would my pay from the government affect my disability?
Well, it depends. If it's not going to affect your disability benefits for Social Security disability insurance, it could possibly affect your benefits in your receipt for supplemental security income. Because again, supplemental security income is a needs-based program, and more often than not, we're going to be charging the Veterans Administration pension against your what you're getting and against what your SSI. But other than that, the veterans benefits normally doesn't affect the Social Security disability insurance benefit at all.
Okay, thank you. You're watching a live channel, CAN-TV Channel 21 call-in show. We want you to call in with your questions at 312-738-1060, 312-738-1060. This is a really good discussion because we have a lot of disabled veterans that are returning to work, and even with Social Security have been applying for jobs. So this is really good information for you to know today. So how can I apply? How can I apply, John?
Well, I mean, there's a number of different ways in which you can apply for Social Security benefits. If you're going to be applying for Social Security disability insurance benefits, you can actually file online. And you can actually do the medical portion of the claim online. You can actually also do the non-medical portion of the claim online. You can also do the medical portion of the SSI benefit online, but you must do a paper application, or you must do an application, with the office, for the supplemental security income non-medical portion of the application. Now, you could also file for the benefits by over the phone. You can call the 1-800-772-1213 number, and that's 772-1213 number, and make an appointment to have someone call you over the phone and have the whole application taken over the phone. Or you can set it up, call that same number, 1-800-772-1213 number, and have an appointment to come into the office. You can also walk into the office, but I wouldn't advise that for most people, because a lot of times that if you walk into the office, you're going to probably be waiting a long time, because you normally take the appointments first, and it's normally done on a first come, first served basis. But like I said, there's a myriad of different ways that you can file for benefits here at Social Security.
Thank you, John. What information would I need to know when I come into the office or file online?
Basically, and it's going to also depend on the type of benefits that you're applying for. If you're applying for Social Security disability insurance benefits, we're going to be looking at your work history in terms of the non-medical aspect of the claim. We're going to be, looking at your work history, what type of things you've done before, and get that down and make sure that we have your earnings record correct. And then if you're filing for SSI and the non-medical portion, we're going to be looking at the income and resources that you potentially have, or if you have a spouse, the income and resources that they have as well. Now, the disability aspect of the application, we're going to be asking things about your disability. What is the thing or the things that are keeping you from being able to work? What's keeping you from being able to work and earn more than that $1,130 in a given month? Mm-hmm. That's what we're going to be asking you. We're going to be asking you things that about how your disability affects you, what type of behavior things that are going on with you in terms of your disability. What type of things can you do? What type of things you can do? And, basically we're going to be getting a lot of information from you in terms of, your daily living and what you can do on a daily basis. Also, we're going to be getting information from your about your medical doctors. What type of doctors have you seen? What type of hospitals have you gone to? Do you take any medication? Do you, and have you gone to any type of therapy? Are you going to, are you doing anything like that? Anybody that you're seeing that affects your disability, and we're going to ask their names and addresses and zip codes from you so that we can contact them. We have a caller.
Hi, caller. We have a call?
We have a call?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I wanted to ask, in terms of the veterans' benefits, is it only the veteran who's allowed to apply? Are the widows or children of veterans allowed to apply, or must it be that specific veteran?
Well, that's a good question, caller. Thank you. It does have to be that specific veteran initially. If they have any spouses or minor children, then we would take an application once we determine if that veteran is eligible for benefits.
Now, if you're a widow of a veteran and mm-hmm. you're over the age, if you're disabled over the age of 50, or if you're over the age of 60 and not disabled, you may be able to file on his benefits without him or her being there, depending on what gender you are. But the widow of the benefits can file for benefits on in those instances.
Thank you, caller, for calling in. You're watching a live CAN TV call-in channel 21. We want you to call in with your questions at 312-738-1060. So, some of the documentation that you may need to file for benefits for a wounded veteran, the original or certified copy of your birth certificate, proof of being a U.S. citizen, or legal residency if you're foreign born. Your DD 214 if you're discharged from the military service, your W-2 form or income tax return from last year or the year you file, proof of military pay or workers' compensation, your Social Security number of you, spouse, or minor children, checking and savings account information if you have one, name, address, and phone numbers of contact person in case you are unavailable, medical records that you have or that you can easily obtain from all military or civilian resources. So, John, how would Social Security make a decision in determining if a claim was eligible for benefits?
Of course, we'll look at all the non-medical factors that I mentioned before, and determine whether you paid enough FICA taxes to be eligible for Social Security disability insurance, or if you meet the income and resources requirements for supplemental security income. But what we do is that we take the information from you from that application that we were talking about before, and we send it down to the Disability Determination Service in Springfield. And what we're looking for is really what we do is we ask 5 questions. We ask, are you working and earning more than $1,130 in a given month? If you're not, then we ask the second question, do you have a medical condition? And then if you do have a medical condition, then we see if that medical condition is among our listings, it fits among our listings. And so we have a number of different questions. And you can look at those listings and when you look at our webpage and in the search as part of our website and type in Blue Book, and you could get into what type of things we're looking for each specific disability. And if it fits there, and we say right there, you're disabled. But if we don't get enough information in order to make it fit within our particular listings, then we have to ask 2 more questions. Can you do any past relevant work that you've done before? And then if that's a no, we still have to ask, can you do any work within your geographical location? And if any of those questions are yes, then we have to deny the application. So it's always best, and I always tell people, as much as you can, when you file with us, make sure you contact your doctors, make sure you contact your hospitals to let them know that we're going to be getting medical information from them, and make sure they give up everything that they have on you so that we can try to get you to fit within our medical listings.
Thank you, John. How long would it take the claim to be processed from DDS once we submit it to them?
It depends, and it depends on your disability, what type of disability that you have, and then it depends on the medical listing that you need to meet. It will also depend on how quickly we'll be able to get the medical records from your doctor. Normally, that's what takes the longest time, is getting the information, all the medical information that we need from the doctors. And we might have some follow-up questions and some follow-up information we need to get from them, and that normally is what takes the longest time in order to get the application done, get the application decided on. Sometimes it comes down to we may not be able to get enough information to fit you within our listings, and we might have to send you to what we call a consultative exam. And then we have to schedule that, and you have to go to that exam. We get the information from the consultative examiner, who is normally a medical doctor, and then try to fit that in to try to make your disability decision. Keep in mind, what we're trying to do is try to fit you within our definition of disability, and all of our definition, all of the criteria we have in our listings is based on the fact that we're looking to see if you can work and earn more than $1,130 in a given month, and your condition is going to keep you from being able to do that for at least 12 months.
Thank you, John. Is there anything I can do to speed up the process? We get that a lot in the office.
The main thing that you could do is, like I said, make sure that you contact your doctors. and make sure you let them know that you have all the, that they give up all the medical evidence that they have on you. If you have any medical evidence that in your possession, you can give that to the claims representative, and then they can forward it down to the Disability Determination Service. And then we will give you the name of the adjudicator if you ask us, and then you can be in contact with them, and they're going to probably be contacting you as well. So, I mean, there's a number of different ways that you can speed up the process. But the main thing is having enough information, if all the information that you have, and make sure that the information that you have is thorough, and you give us as much information about your condition as possible.
Thank you, John. So the caller that called in earlier, she asked about can a family member apply for or qualify for benefits? So your spouse he or she can apply 62 or older.
Right.
And your spouse, any age, if she is carrying a child or younger than 16.
Yes, right.
Or disabled.
Right.
An unmarried child, including an adopted child, or in some cases a stepchild or even grandchild that you've adopted. A child also younger than the age of 18 or 19, if they're still in elementary school, can also apply.
Now, keep in mind that the individual, the person, the veteran with the disability, will have to, if he's alive, he will have to file. He had to file himself for disability and start receiving disability themselves. Now,
Right.
if the person had passed away, then it's possible for you to file those benefits for them, for those children, if children under the age of 16, or you can file for yourself if you are disabled and over the age of 50, or if you're not disabled and over the age of 60.
So say I was awarded my benefits. When would I apply for my Medicare, or would I need to apply for my Medicare?
Once you're awarded for benefits, like if it's disability benefits, it's normally you're not going to get a Medicare card until 2 years after your date of onset of your disability. And so 2 years after that, you'll get you potentially get, really it's your date of eligibility. The date of your eligibility, then you get 2 years after that, you get your red, white, and blue Medicare card. Now, once you pass the age of a retirement age, now it will be age 66, you get a Medicare card automatically. But normally if you're disabled, you normally have to wait 2 years after your date of eligibility.
Okay, thank you. So that's 24 months.
That's 24 months.
How does Medicare, if I had Tricare, what's the difference between Medicare and Tricare?
Well, Medicare is Part A and Part B. Part A is the hospitalization, which is free, and it's free hospitalization, and it takes care of your expenses while you're in the hospital. Part B for Medicare is supplemental medical insurance, and basically pays for your doctor's visits and the care that you need in order to deal with your doctor's visits. Now, Part C is when you start getting into Tricare and you start getting into these supplemental medical benefits. Because remember, Medicare only pays 80% of your care. So normally you have organizations like you have things like Tricare or other forms of supplemental medical benefits that can supplement the Medicare in order to try to help you with that. And that falls under what we call Part C. Part D is when you can have your prescription drugs being taken care of through an insurance policy.
Thank you, John. So what if I remain active duty? Can I still receive disability benefits?
Yes, it's possible for you to receive benefits if you're active duty, or if you're not active. The key issue would be for us is whether you're disabled, and it comes down to the definition of disability with us. I mean, if you're unable to work and earn that $1,130 in a given month, then for more than 12 months, then you will be considered to be disabled by us.
Thank you. So what should I know about working if I'm working and disabled?
If you're working and disabled, the first thing you have to kind of understand, the difference between when you file with us, when you're filing an initial claim, when you're first starting to get your benefits, and then when you stop receiving benefits. And when you start receiving benefits, and then you could start working. As soon as you get your award letter, we want you to start working. And there's a number of different work incentives that we have in order to try to help you work, and help you to work and to be able to keep as much of your medical benefit, as much of your cash benefits as possible. And more often than not, you're going to get at least 8.5 years of continued Medicare coverage anyway.
Thank you, John. Well, it looks like we're running out of time. We covered a lot of information. If you need more information, please don't hesitate to review our website at www.socialsecurity/woundedwarriors.gov or call us at 1-800
772.
1-800 772-1213. 1-800-772. I say it so much I forget. 1-800-772-1213. Thank you. Have a good night.